Xbox Series S 120Hz is without a doubt one of the most exciting video game consoles. It is marketed as a budget console that does not necessarily provide the most up-to-date or affordable gaming experience, but still promises to be enjoyable. Depending on your style of play, Series S is impressive and only costs $300 compared to the $500 Series X. But its drawbacks can make dedicated players decide to rather spend the extra $200 for a Series X. So, in this video, we will be checking out what makes the Xbox Series S such an interesting gaming console. Before we continue, please subscribe to our YouTube channel by hitting the subscribe button below to get a notification on our next video. The Xbox Series S 120Hz in principle opens up an entirely new world for today's gamers without sacrificing the next generation fundamentals. This console does not cost as much as the X-Series PS5. The design of the Series S is relatively conventional. It sports a dual-tone color scheme which makes it blend easily into any background. It measures 10.8 inches long, 6 inches wide, and 2.5 inches deep, weighing about 4.25 pounds, roughly the size of a shoebox. It has a large circular speaker-like grille covering the fan on top for heat dissipation. The fan itself is very quiet, especially when compared to the previous Xbox consoles. On the front of the Series S, there's the power button and one USB 3.2 port beside the Bluetooth button. The Series S lacks a disk drive, so you can say goodbye to installing disk-based games and watching Blu-rays. At the rear, you have an HDMI 2.1, two more USB 3.1 ports, an Ethernet port, a storage expansion slot, and a power port. Each port on the rear has braille-like bumps for differentiating them by touch. For the controller, it uses the same one as the Series X. A small share button was added to the center of the gamepad, and the D-pad is a complete circle. It has light textures on the grips and the bases of the triggers and bumpers. Under the hood, the Series S uses the AMD Zen 2 8-core processor. This is combined with an AMD RDNA 2 GPU. The Series S's CPU is clocked at 3.6 GHz and has 10 GB RAM, with 8 GB available for games. It comes with a 512 GB internal SSD, where 364 GB is accessible, and the rest is lost to preloaded software and background functions. Despite its shortcomings, the Series S can perform virtually all of the tricks that the Series X can. The Series S is capable of reaching resolutions of 1440p and supports variable refresh rates up to 120 Hz for some games, ray tracing with hardware acceleration, incredibly low latency, quick resume, as well as delivery with intelligence. The console's storage size could be a deal-breaker for a lot of folks. With most recent games exceeding the 100 GB mark, for example Call of Duty, 364 GB of storage does not amount to much. However, there are two ways to increase the storage capacity of the console, both of which have significant downsides. First, only custom expansion cards are supported on the Series S. Currently, only Seagate is producing them, and like with any proprietary storage, a 1 TB Seagate storage expansion card for Series S will set you back $220. Purchasing the Series X would be preferable to purchasing a special expansion card for the Series S. Alternatively, you can play older titles from an external USB storage device. But know that you will miss out on all of the next-gen benefits. The Series S has a lot of potentials. It's incredible how Microsoft was able to fit so much power into such a compact console. It is 60% smaller than the Series X while keeping the thermals in check. Even with continuous use, the Series S is whisper silent and barely breaks a sweat. The first impressions have been mixed, but speed is the one thing that has been an important feature. The SSD is quick and the console wakes up in seconds. The same may be said for game load times. Another advantage of quick storage is that you can pause many games at the same time and the system will remember where you left off even if you restart the console. Not all games have this feature, but those that do, work as expected. On the Xbox Series S, there are primarily two classes of games to choose from. Titles that have been optimized by a third party and titles that are backward compatible. For optimized games, it's evident that not all Series S games will be created equal. In addition, not all Series S and Series X games will have the same graphical output or features. Devil May Cry 5, Special Edition, for example, on the Series X, supports hardware-accelerated ray tracing, but not on the Series S. On the other hand, Watch Dogs: Legion supports both the Series X and the Series S. However, because the Series S whole marketing pitch hinges around it being a 1440p gaming console, most if not all next-gen titles should have delivered on that promise. Ultimately, the Xbox Series S is undoubtedly an engineering marvel. It is an impressive gaming console for a remarkably low price, and it will meet the demands of most gamers without issue. Sure, it isn't perfect, but it is easy to look past its imperfections because on the other side lies great power and portability. The Series S is no starter pack to next-gen, but a solid next-gen console through and through, albeit one that's of a different kind and for a different target audience. What do you think about the Xbox Series S 120Hz? Do you think it is worth the price, or would you rather get the Series X? Thanks for watching this video. Please share your opinions in the comments section below, and remember to click the subscribe button to be the first person to watch new videos on this channel.